Hi, everyone. One topic that I'd like to address today is, um, you know, I get this answer from a lot of people, mostly entrepreneurs, asking me how to design your logo because they want to start like a new business, a new startup, a new project, a new product, whatever, and they want like to create a new graphics, a new visual, and most of the times it's the logo, the actual logo. So of course, there's a lot of graphic designers like myself, active and working online, having their websites. We have our websites, our Instagram accounts, and other media as well. But yeah, so of course it I mean, you can always go and reach out to us directly through Instagram, for instance. But the thing where it is very important to, the thing that is very important to discuss as well, I think, here is the budget, because there's a variety of categories, let's say, of graphic designers, because there are some graphic designers willing to design a logo for amounts of money as low as $5. I actually was one of them. I mean, I used to design logos for maybe not $5, but $10 I did. That is for sure. I did it on Fiverr. And there's still a lot of people, a lot of graphic designers still working on Fiverr, willing to design your logo for $10, maybe a little bit more. They offer packages, they offer different options. And so yeah, Fiverr.com. This is one resource. This is one website. This is one source where you can go there and you can browse the portfolios of the creative people available on the platform, see their work, look at their reviews. Of course, this is the most important criterion, I would say, before going and work with anybody on Fiverr. First, read their reviews, check their work quality, and see if that's relevant to what you're looking for or not. That, I would say, that would be the basics before hiring a creative graphic designer on Fiverr. There are other platforms as well. One of them is Upwork, and there's a bunch of them more. I mean, I will list in the description box down below all the links that could be useful for you, so you can go and check them out. There are also different platforms, well, different than Fiverr, because Fiverr, the way it works is you're the client, right? I'm the graphic designer, all right? So I show on my page, on my portfolio, some work I've done before to previous clients. You like it or not, let's assume you like it. You reach out to me, and then you see the options or the gigs that I'm offering, and then you select one of them, you pay through the platform and so forth, and then we discuss together in a private chat section, and then I deliver the work to you in very short periods of time, right? That's one type of platform. Let's say there's different platforms. Like, for example, there's a different type of platform which is like, for example, there's one called crowdsourcing. Yeah, it's crowdsourcing platforms. I mean, one of them is 99 Designs, and a different one, CrowdSpring. I used to work there as well. The way it works is you're the client, you come up with the project, with the design brief, and you tell us, okay, so I'm building this company. This is the logo I'm looking for. I'd like it to be either black and white or in color. These are the colors that I like. These are the styles that I appreciate. These are the things that I don't like in the logo, and so forth. So you give us the brief, basically. You might also show some examples of things you like, things you don't like. And then me, as well as a myriad of other graphic designers across the globe, we're going to participate in your project, right? Crowdsourcing. We're going to participate, and the winner will get the prize. Usually usually logo design projects start at $200, if I'm not wrong. I mean, it's been a while. I haven't worked in those platforms, but I remember it was like around $200, $300, let's say, or a bit more. It depends really on the budget of the client and the number of I think it was the entries, number of entries, or the period of time that the project will be open for. Yeah, so it depends really. But this is another alternative. So that's the case where you're low on budget. Now, if you have a budget between, let's say, I don't know, $50 and $200, another option would be, for example, to go on Instagram. Most people, I mean, nowadays look at Instagram accounts, right? I mean, we look at Instagram a lot. We scroll a lot on Instagram. Now, you can go to Instagram, search logo designer, and then you're gonna find a bunch of uh, pages of graphic designers from Asia, from Europe, US, whatever, from all over the world. You can look at their portfolios, you can look at their feed, see if it's consistent or not. This is very important because there's also a lot of fake Instagram pages out there. So be careful. Look at the number of likes to see if there's anything like, weird. If the guy has only 50 followers, let's say, but one of his posts went viral, not even viral, but has like I don't know, more than 1,000 likes, then yeah, there's something shady in there, right? So yeah, just be careful. Look at the content, look at the comments, look at the number of followers. It's always a good idea, I think. I mean, I have an Instagram page, right? I appreciate it when the actual designer put their face on the portfolio. I mean, the profile picture. Of course, this is not mandatory, but I appreciate it. And yeah, there. I mean, there's a lot of pages out there without the profile picture, but it doesn't mean that the designer is bad or doing the wrong thing. It just, yeah, I think it's just a matter of personal preference. Anyways, yeah, that's another topic. But yeah, just look at the content, look at their content, try to reach out to them. And one advice I would be not to directly ask about the price, because this is something that happens a lot to me, and I don't really appreciate it. I mean, although I respond, of course, kindly, and then we continue the conversation, but I think it's best when you actually look at the content first, see if it really applies to what you're looking for, if it's relevant to your project, your vision. And then you can ask questions, open questions, like, for example, what is your creative process? How do you work? You can also tell some information about what you're looking for in terms of timeline, for example, in terms of a style you're looking for, or even the type of the deliverable, because we're talking about logo design, but it could be also like flyer, it could be a business card, whatever. You can ask about these kind of things, and then also I would say don't hesitate to ask them for a quick call. Maybe not a video call at first, but just an audio call on Instagram. Then you can actually get a more natural, organic connection to that person and see, how they respond to your questions and so forth. And usually, yeah, so on Instagram, you have graphic designers who charge from, I don't know, $10 all the way to 10,000, I would say. So you have a really huge range of logo prices, I would call it. But there's a lot of people who are willing to design your logo for $100, let's say $100 to $200, which are actually very skilled people, very creative, and very good in terms of communication and so forth. So don't hesitate to use that channel as well, because I feel like a lot of people go to Fiverr and those kind of platforms for like a very cheap work, but then they regret, because one thing you have to be really careful of when it comes to platforms like Fiverr is that so many of the designers at Fiverr, I'm not saying all of them, but many of them actually use some work, some very generic icons or illustrations designed by other people and published for sale on Free Pick, on other platforms. and then they just download the AI file, the Adobe Illustrator file, do some tweakings, letter modifications, and then boom, there you go. This is your logo design. But it is not, it is not unique to you. It's just generic. It might be simple, it might be minimalistic, but it's very generic. And if you do a image research with Google, of that design logo, you probably will find a lot of other very similar versions of that logo and variations of it already available online, already having some brand names next to it. So yeah, the logo should be minimalistic, it should be simple, right? Because if it's not simple, then you're not gonna memorize it. It should be versatile, so you can use it on different platforms. You can use it either in an icon format, so really small, in a profile picture, really big as well on buildings, let's say. It depends, of course, on your activity. And it should be also unique. And that's actually the challenge in designing a logo, because it has to be unique, but it's simple at the same time, which is more or less, which is somehow paradoxical, right? It's you can't have something very unique and original, but at the same time it's very simple, it's very minimalistic. But yeah, that's the challenge. Sorry, that's the challenge that the graphic designer is willing to accept and deal with, to create for you something very unique. Now, another thing that I haven't mentioned so far is, of course, the artificial intelligence, and everybody's talking about AI these days. And there are already some, tools, AI tools available online for free. You can just go into some websites. I will link them down below as well. I'll actually create some sections in the description box, so in a way to organize the information so you can easily find the links and the links to what I'm talking about here. So AI can also design your logo. Could be interesting sometimes, for exploration, to explore. But so far, in my own experience, when I try to design I try to generate some AI work, AI designs, AI logo designs, the results honestly were, in my own experience, were very awful. It was really bad, very generic, or sometimes very clumsy, very weird shapes, very weird, no balance there, or sometimes very balanced, but yeah, very geometric, and doesn't really look authentic at all. But of course, AI is improving. Of course, AI is getting better and better, and probably in 1 year or 2 years from now, I'm going to say another speech. Maybe, yeah, who knows? But yeah, just be conscious that there are AI options as well available for free out there. I'll link the best links. The best, but let's say the most prominent AI logo design services online in the description box down below. Other than that, maybe another resource that I'm going to share with you here is, by the way, if you have any questions about anything that I'm talking about here, please put them down in the comments below. I'll be very happy to answer all your questions, share with you all what I know. It's going to be my pleasure, really. So don't hesitate. Another resource would be Behance. So if you're not familiar, if you don't know this platform, Behance, Behance, I will put the link down below as well. So Behance is a network for creatives. So it's a network, or it's not a social media, it's not a network, it's more like a platform where creatives publish their portfolios, where creatives publish their projects. So in terms of, when I say projects, for example, I'm a graphic design firm. We work on a big project for Pepsi, whatever. So we explain in one page, it's like a blog, right? One project, exactly what was the challenge, what was the brief, why we did this, why we did that, And the previous logo of Pepsi, for example, yeah, it was like this. We designed it this. This is the new version, and these are the examples of the usage of the logo, the new logo versus the old logo, and all the challenges that we faced, and the problems that we encountered, and the solutions that we found, etc., etc. So that's, yeah, it's so the Behance is not only exclusive to graphic designers, but there's also people working in animation who also are active in there, photographers, filmmakers, illustrators, and so forth. It's a very interesting platform. Most of the creatives on the platform charge, I mean, not most, but more than 50. I mean, not even. I mean, this platform is designed for all creatives, right? But you can also find in there the top, the world class, let's say, sorry, designers, graphic designers, and design agencies in there. So people who really charge huge loads of money, right? Huge loads of money is all relative, of course, to the type of clients you are. I mean, if you're a big international or multinational firm, then of course, $10,000 for a logo refresh is nothing to you. I mean, it's not a big amount of money. But yeah, just know that you have people there with very who are very skilled with decades of experience in the field, working for big companies, having extensive experience working with big companies and big players. But also you have intermediate, or I would say junior graphic designers who also share their projects in there, and also are looking for clients to work with on that platform as well. Usually, I mean, I also have my page in there, of course, and I also share my logo design projects on Behance. But most of the times, I really use it as a source of inspiration. So this is to my fellow graphic designers who don't know Behance. I mean, probably you should know, if you're a graphic designer, you should know Behance or platforms like Behance, because there's not only Behance, there's other platforms similar to Behance. I'll again link them down below. You should know them, and they're really a good source of inspiration, just like Pinterest, for example, for a lot of people. So with that, I think, yeah, I'll put an end to this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you kept watching until this moment right here, let me know down in the comments below. I'll be happy to read that, and I'll be really happy to interact with you in the comments below and answer all your questions if you have some. Yeah, wish you a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.